Hey guys, Dan here with Battlefield Curator. And when you think of joining the army, do you ever think of becoming a millionaire by joining the army? No, not most people. Most people just say, "Ah, the army. I don't really want to do that. It sounds like going to combat." Well, I'm going to give you a real life example of how somebody who joined the army used the military benefits to excel his life and become a multi-millionaire. So this guy is known as the $250,000 man. He is Ben Mallah, and he's been interviewed by a couple of financial YouTubers. So I'm just gonna show you some of the interviews and give you my thoughts. So let's get to it here. Okay, the first one we're gonna watch is a little pieces of Meet Kevin, who interviewed Ben Mallah here.
So basically, I was 18 years old in the Army, like many young men, okay, and I couldn't go to college. That's because I never went to high school. Nobody told me you had to go to high school and then go to college. I just skipped high school and wanted to go straight to college, but they said no. So anyway, basically I was in the Army. I did some time, a few years out of the country. They sent me back to California. I'm in the Army. You don't get paid much in the Army. And I wasn't a very high rank. I'm 19, 20. I'm 21 years old. I'm back. They sent me to California. They put me to work in an area where you have to go out and find housing for yourself.
All right, so pretty much what he's saying is that he did not finish high school, and so that kind of limited his opportunities. Not necessarily because he used the army, which is a great opportunity. So A, he used it for immediate income, and B, he used the army essentially as a stepping stone to get training and to get a career life experience in doing something. And you got to think about some of the other benefits when you join the army. You're getting medical paid for, and nowadays you get paid more money than what you got paid back when he was in the army. And another benefit too is that, especially in his case, they probably gave him a basic housing allowance because he had to go find. He just stated he had to go find housing off base. So usually at those lower ranking levels, they provide you barracks to live in. Or if you're married, they also give you the basic housing allowance. So he was pretty much, the army was paying for his housing, and he was just raking in his regular income from the army.
I was in the Army. I rented an apartment in this building. I could see the old lady was having trouble managing it. And so I used to say...
You rented in that apartment building?
My rent was $550 a month.
Okay.
1987. And I seen an old lady manage the building, and it was cool, but she was struggling. So, I really didn't have a lot of money, I don't even get paid much in the Army. So I said, hey, can I help you around here, maybe pick up garbage? Because I saw the guy wouldn't come that often, whatever. She'd be out there, poor old lady, picking up garbage around the pool. It was a square building, courtyard apartments with a pool in the middle. And so, she said, okay, let me talk to the owner. And the big shot said, okay, give him $50 a month off his rent. I took it. Was that $50? It was $50 every day before I left to go to work. I'd walk around the building, make sure there's no paper on the ground, pick them up, whatever, make sure the place stays clean. So now my rent was only $500 a month.
So at 21, you are on a military base, and you don't even realize you're building property management experience.
Okay, I wasn't on a military base. Okay. I worked in the Oakland airport running the MAC flights. All the flights that went out took soldiers all over the Far East. And my job was to make sure the planes got filled and took off without no problems. And if there was a problem, it was my job to fix the problem. That's what I did in the airport. Traffic Management Coordinator. Specialist 4, Benjamin Mallah. At duty, sir. So anyway, I lived in a building, and I got $50 a month off my rent picking up garbage. All right, then she started needing help with this and help with that, and then I got to meet the owner, and then he saw things are getting better, he's making more money. Next thing you know, I'm turning the apartments over for them, and I'm making extra money here and there, nickel and dime, and he's making more money because he's had less vacancy time. I could easily go to the Navy base and keep the place 100% full with other soldiers. It was, worked out. So anyway, she accidentally fell down a flight of stairs, and I became the manager.
So I want to just jump in here.
Basically, that's what happened, really, because the lady got old, and she did whatever. She couldn't be the manager anymore. And then I said, well, I told the owner, I said, listen, the Army's going to give me $50,000, which was a lot of money to me back then, if I sign another 4-year contract. But the problem was, they wanted to send me to start learning about bombs and all this shit.
All right, so one thing I want to point out real quick here is that he found the opportunity to save money on his rent by working a little bit with his apartment manager, the apartment complex manager. So that gave him experience in the apartment and apartment management side of things. And he saved some money. And he also got the opportunity to network with the manager and the owner of the apartment complex. So now he's helping somebody else make them money while also saving a little bit and getting experience. It's a win-win for him in this instance here. So he's getting experience in real estate.
So, I really didn't want to re-enlist in the Army, but I had nothing else going on in my life. So he said, no, don't re-enlist in the Army. Come to work for me, and I'll pay you exactly what the Army's paying you, plus whatever you do for me. So I said, okay. And then and then I started, then after I got in the Army, he comes and he gives me a big, like the jail cell, a ring of keys. You ever see them in the old Westerns? And he just hands me a giant ring of keys. By the way, I own all these other buildings around town. No paperwork, not the guy ran it like a show. He did give me something else at the ring of keys. He gave me a 38.
Okay, hold on. Before we get into the 38, what's interesting so far is you didn't even realize that you were getting property management experience at 21. What you were doing was you were working to lower your rent and lower your expenses, but at the same time you were gaining experience helping other people make more money. I think today, a lot of 18 to 22-year-olds getting started think about, how can I get rich? How can I make more money faster? Whereas you were, how can I make this building more money while also making a little bit of money? It's a different perspective. How do you feel about that compared to the mentality today?
If you help somebody make money, you're going to make money too.
So we're just going to fast forward here.
Certain net worth. How should they do stocks as a balance to that? What's your take on that? Like your ideal sort of balance? Or does anything other than real estate even really matter?
You got to do what you like. If you like real estate and you enjoy taking garbage and turn it into gold, then you do it. If you have a career in something, if you invest in time to go to college and have a career in something, utilize that career and then do real estate on the side. Real estate's great. You could make millions and millions of dollars in real estate without even taking up your time. Okay? It's very possible. So whatever works for your lifestyle. Me, I went all the way in. I went in, and everybody around me better be in. And that's the way I did it. And it took me about a good solid 20 years to get to the level, with something like this. Okay? So everybody's got their own path in life. I chose the path to buy everything I could and make it worth more money and use the bank's money. And my first loan was a VA loan, no money down. Okay, first loan. Now, if you weren't in the military, you go FHA. And a lot of places have, not only do they have FHA financing you can use, your own county or city or state might have a first-time home buyers program that will loan you the money or grant you the money if you don't have the down payment. Everybody can be in real estate, okay? Whatever your financial level is, you just get in there and take the elevator up. But get in.
So he makes a solid point here. When you're in the military or when you get out of the military, you have what's called the VA loan available to you. Now, it's a pretty much a loan that can be used for veterans, people who have served in the military, and it's zero money down. So there's no money up front except for maybe some of the closing costs, but that's like a couple of thousand, a few thousand versus tens of thousands. So that is another wheel that he used to make him money and get him into real estate. And all these things combined are when he's really young, in his 20s, right? And when you think about it, most people in the 20s are probably partying and having fun. Well, he's hustling. He's making a killing out there. He's working harder earlier on so that he can enjoy his later life earlier as well. So, I'm going to do another video over here. This one's from Graham Stephan. It's called the Meet the $250,000 Man, and I'm going to link these videos in the description. So you got Meet Kevin's video and you got Graham Stephan's video. Here's a snippet here from Graham's video.
The lazy river. I can turn the water on and it'll push you all through on a raft. You got to make decisions in life. If you really, really want to be wealthy, you gotta go further than the average guy next to you. You got to put in 18-hour days sometimes. Well, I'll be honest with you. The Army taught me that you can do anything, especially if you got an army behind you. But they taught me that you can get it done. You can get it done. You figure out a way, you get it done, and you push yourselves to those limits. You got to push yourself.
So what pretty much Ben Mallah is saying is that the Army taught him a lot of discipline very early on in his life. And they always taught him how they can get the mission accomplished, even though it seems like they couldn't. So always putting in the effort, putting in the teamwork, getting together, you can get stuff done, you know. Get it done. The Army, the military, they teach you to get it done. You know, it's like, it seems impossible. Nope, it'll get done, you know, or it'll come close to getting done. That's, you know, it's one of the things I think about sometimes. There's a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I'll link it in the description. It's one of the most influential financial books that you could probably pick up. The whole finance and real estate groups out there, they're probably the most recommended book out there. So essentially in that book, something stood out to me. He said, never tell yourself you can't do something. Like, I can't do that. Because you've already limited your mindset to this, and you've already eliminated any possibilities or probabilities of anything happening progressively. He always says you should ask yourself, how can I do it? Right? How can I do that? So, you know, if you want to own a gun range on a ranch property out in Texas, don't say, oh, that's a lot of money, I can't do that. No, ask yourself, how can I do that? And that'll get you closer, at least a lot closer, hopefully a lot closer, than if you just eliminated it right out of the bat, right? So anything in life that you want to succeed in or that you want to get, always ask yourself, how can I do that? And I think that's what Ben Mallah did. He just kind of said it, hey, you know, how can I do that? How can I get this next deal? How can I find the next property here or there for my real estate career, right? So anyways, hope this video was insightful, and I hope you guys have learned something, and you look into the military as maybe an option. You know, you don't have to go to the Army like Ben Mallah did. You could go to the Space Force, which is a brand new branch, and they're probably looking for people right now. And then you could specialize in MOS or a job field within the Space Force or the military that you would want to do that will help you progress in career and get you life skills. And then hopefully you can use a lot of those programs to your benefit, and it'll help you just like it helped Ben Mallah early on as the first step, like the first few steps of the ladder, right? Of the first few steps of that is that's a pretty good stepping stone. If you think about it, you know, you get paid, you get a career, you get training. So you're not spending a lot of money. You're just putting a lot of time and effort into the military at first. So I hope this helped you guys out. And as always, if you find this video insightful as well, just be sure to share it with some of your compadres. And don't forget to pulverize that like button and subscribe to help out the algorithms. And as always, be sure to learn history and curate history. Make it a great day.